This power couple is more business savvy than Beyoncé and Jay-Z, more philanthropic than Brangelina, and even more thought-provoking than Ellen and Portia. So if they're such hotshots, how come so many of us have never heard about them? Welcome to the Social Good Show, where we talk about cool people, ideas, and tech that are making the world better. So who is this mysterious dynamite duo? Are you ready? Let me introduce you to Chris Anderson and Jacqueline Novogratz. Who? Exactly. Unfortunately, they're not household names, but they should be. And here's why. The guy is Chris Anderson. He's the curator of TED. Yeah, the TED Talks. TED, which stands for Technology, Entertainment and Design, actually was founded 30 years ago, but it was Anderson who turned it into this powerful idea-spreading machine it is today. He took it over in 2001, and 5 years later, he made all online videos available free of charge, which made the whole TED phenomenon completely explode. Currently, there are more than 1,900 videos available, which means that if you wanted to watch it, you would need how many days? Any guesses? Over there, in the back? Yeah, that's correct. You would need 24 full days. But what is Anderson's backstory? Who is this guy? He's British, but he was born in Pakistan thanks to his parents, who were medical missionaries. He graduated from Oxford and then worked as a journalist for the earliest computer magazines. At the age of only 28, he established a publishing house in the UK and then another one in the US, and then later on sold both of them for many millions. And then afterwards, his non-profit bought TED. Thanks to him, TED is much more than a conference by now. Just think about TEDx events. These are independently organized TED-style talks. They're aiming to highlight the best local ideas. 150 countries have already hosted TEDx's, including unique locations like Silicon Valley, Antarctica, and even the Kibera slum. And the best part is, no matter how rich or poor you are, you can organize one. Even if you don't have the necessary stuff, you can just request a TEDx in a box. This is a free kit for developing countries, including all the necessary equipment. For example, microphones, projectors, and even tips on how to run the event. There are at least another dozen TED initiatives, ranging from education to medicine. But my personal favorite is the $1 million idea. Well, actually, it's $1 million wish for the world, and it's called the TED Prize. It's a brave and bold idea that challenges the status quo and aims to inspire all of us to do the same in our own way. For example, imagine a school with no teachers, where the kids teach each other and themselves. Sounds totally crazy? Well, actually, it is a real thing, and it's called the School of Cloud. It was the winning idea 2 years ago. So if you had a chance, what would you wish for? And what can a man who has everything like Anderson wish for? Love, of course. He married Jacqueline at 51. And one thing is for sure, they have something in common. They both want to change the world. So let's see now how she's doing it. Jacqueline is a banker turned do-gooder. Rare like a unicorn, right? But to be fair to her, she spent her whole life trying to change the way how we think about and try to solve poverty. Okay, bear with me, I know it's a very heavy topic, but we do need to talk about it, because according to the UN, half of the world's population lives on less than $2 a day. Living on less than the price of 2 cans of Diet Coke in London. Traditionally, how the world has tried to solve poverty is by giving aid to developing world countries. But Jacqueline's idea is completely different. She says, what if we could take the aid money and instead invest in businesses in developing world countries? But these are no ordinary businesses. They need to solve a community-wide problem. But at the same time, they are businesses. Therefore, they are self-sufficient and they have the potential to provide jobs for the locals in the long term. These businesses are called social enterprises, like A to Z. It's a textile mill in Tanzania that came up with a malaria bed mat that lasts for 5 years instead of 6 months, like the traditional ones. In 2003, Jacqueline's organization Acumen invested $1 million in the business, which gave A to Z Mills scale and a partnership with ExxonMobil, UNICEF, and other partners. fast forward to today, and A to Z is the largest bed net manufacturer in Africa, protecting millions of people from malaria at a low cost. In the last 15 years, Acumen has invested $88 million in companies like this, and in consequence impacted the lives of more than 100 million people. I mean, that is more than the population of the UK, Ireland and all of Scandinavia combined. Or to put it in another way, it's 1/3 of the US. And all of this for the price tag of a very expensive London luxury apartment. And where does the money come from, you may ask? Well, these are charitable donations from organizations like the Gates Foundation, companies like Google, and people like Seth Godin. Really impressive achievement, I think, right? Well, guess what? It all started with a blue sweater. Yeah, you heard me right, a blue sweater. Story goes, when Jacqueline was a kid, she had a blue sweater that she absolutely loved and wore every single day. But then she grew out of it and she had to give it away to Goodwill. Well, 15 years later, she's in Rwanda and then she sees the sweater and it's in a little boy. So she runs after him, checks the tag in the neck, and it turns out it is her very own sweater. This was a major turning point in her life because she realized how interconnected our world is, and one small act here can have a major impact over there. She wrote a New York Times bestseller talking about this and many of her other adventures. They are a very badass couple, and if you think so too, here are some easy ways how you can help their efforts. Number 1, if you watch TED videos on TED.com, please unblock the ads. I know they can be sometimes very annoying, but the reality is that they keep the videos free. Number 2, if you want to meet interesting people locally, why don't you join a Plus Acumen? This is a global network of inspiring young people. Besides organizing networking events, they also offer free online courses. Number 3, watch and share Jacqueline's and Chris's talks. They're both brilliant speakers, especially Jacqueline. So I put together a playlist of my favorite videos and included a link in the description. Check it out later. And ta-da! This is the end of the first episode and it's time for the Scratch Map! Why? Oh shit, I should have told you! Because the plan is to cover a social good story from every single country of the world. I know! But this is where you come in. If you know of any good social good stories of any country, please let me know in the comment section or on social media. And don't forget to subscribe. Let's pop some social good in all of our lives.